I'm not interested in whatever Disney has in their plans for the next few years, but I am interested in this new movie in the works at HBO about George Santos. They have acquired the rights to this book about George Santos's life and origin story called The Fabulist, the lying, hustling, grifting, stealing, and very American legend of George Santos. And guys, if you didn't know, on Friday, he was expelled from Congress. He is facing 23 federal charges, mainly because of fraudulent use of donor money that was going into an LLC. He used the money to buy OnlyFans subscriptions, Botox, and designer clothes, allegedly. He denies all the charges, of course.
Technically, this is coming from donors, not taxpayers.
I mean, no harm, no foul, right? They gave their money.
The campaign regulations
freely.
might not say that, but I say no harm, no foul.
Yeah, so he's a living legend.
People
obviously.
are saying who? Do you want to explain to people who George Santos is?
Sure, he's a Republican ex-Congressman from Long Island, and he just got expelled from Congress for a string of fraudulent behavior. I can't even get into all of the details of that, but he's been in the media for a while because I think a lot of Democrats love him. They love his personality and his mimetic energy and can't admit it to themselves. Him and Lauren Boebert starring in like a gay best friend, like rom-com hangover style movie would be incredible. But right now we have an official announcement that they are making a George Santos biopic. And it's absolutely hilarious. I hope that they go for the funny, not for the super serious, like brooding true crime vibe.
This is coming from the same people that made Veep and Succession.
Yes. So I have high hopes for this. I really do. And I hope the fact that George Santos is a Republican isn't going to make it into a wet blanket of a movie. I think that it has great potential to be
the casting
absolutely
is going to be the
hilarious
part about this. I don't know who the hell they're going to cast.
Yes.
Who the hell in the chat? Who would you cast as George Santos? There's a picture of him right there.
So this is going to tell the story of a seemingly minor local race that wound up a battle for the soul of Long Island and unexpectedly carved the path for the world's most famous and now disgraced congressman. It follows the Gatsby-esque journey of a man from nowhere who exploited the system, waged war on the truth, and swindled one of the wealthiest districts in the country to achieve his American dream. I'm seeing a male Elizabeth Holmes story.
Somebody, hold on. Yes. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Or a male Anna Sorokin movie, Anna Delvey, if you will. So I'm really interested to see where this goes in the near future. Also, he recently tweeted, "The truth will set me free," heart emoji. I believe it, George Santos, and I believe in you. He has real star power, and that's why they're making a movie about him, I think.
But here's the thing. They could do more than that. They could also make this a tale of romance.
They could.
We could make this a tale of romance and talk about his forbidden love affairs with his various partners.
Yes, it says George Santos's ex-boyfriends say that they were left feeling trapped and manipulated. This is interviews that were in his biography.
We should race swap him for this one. See, they love race swapping. You know what? I think we race swap him this one. You know who I think we get? We get who is it from Keenan and Kel? What's his name? The bigger one who's on Saturday Night Live.
Keenan Smith?
Keenan Smith?
Yeah.
I'm down for Keenan Smith for this. We'll race swap him. We'll do Keenan Smith.
I don't think they're going to do that.
No?
But if they're coming out with the Trump movie and the George Santos movie close together, that's thrilling. That's a thrilling lineup.
Says he promised me the world. Leandro, I don't know how to pronounce this last name. B-I-S?
Bis? He says he was 19 years old when he met George Santos at a bar in Manhattan in 2013 when he was in town from Brazil. He told ABC News that he knew the now embattled congressman as Anthony Zabrowski.
Keenan Thompson.
He went by Anthony Zabrowski. one of a handful of aliases that George Santos has reportedly used over the years.
I bet his Tinder profile is crazy.
And this is just scratching the surface, by the way, of all the different lives this man has lived. So
he said over the next few weeks, he began a romantic relationship with Santos, who was 25 at the time. He recalled Santos telling him tales of dating supermodels and how they still begged him to become a model himself. Of course!
They also said this is going to talk about his body image issues and how he has insecurities with his appearance and his body, how he did all these procedures like Botox to try to improve his image.
Ozempic, you think?
Ozempic included, yes. I assume he was using donor money to pay for his Ozempic to sculpt his bod.
Says that the relationship quickly turned toxic and filled with what he claimed was manipulative things that Santos told him to keep him from leaving. So he was gaslighter in chief, George Santos. He promised me the world. He said that they would have married him to secure U.S. citizenship. So Beast said Santos, who Beast said at one point promised to marry him in order to help him secure U.S. citizenship. So he was already looking to skirt the laws.
Okay.
Back then, right?
And by the way, The Fabulist is just the best title.
It is. It's a fantastic title.
I hope they keep it for the movie.
Go more Veep. Go less Don't Look Up.
Go less Succession too.
Yeah.
Succession is very dark and brooding.
It shouldn't be any of those things.
I do want to know who's playing Lauren Boebert.
Okay, this was my other idea that I mentioned to you before the show. What they do is they make it a gay best friend comedy where him and Lauren Boebert go on adventures together. But then he's not actually gay.
He's not gay. She's the beard, but she's actually the reverse beard to convince everyone that he's gay.
And he really wants to he saw the video of her in the movie theater, and now he just wants to touch him. And he's got to find a way. And the whole movie is him working up various shenanigans to try and get a way to touch Lauren Boebert there.
And we were talking about this before the show. There is no equivalent to a George Santos in the Democrat Party.
There isn't. Nothing.
There's at least no politician that has actually won an election for Democrats that has this level of mimetic energy. People just can't help but pay attention. They can't help but look.
Like, I mean, it's also because like the left, for the most part, takes themselves so seriously that they can't allow that type of mimetic behavior to actually exist because they'll be shouted down from the high heavens by everyone on their own side.
Same reason why a Trump movie is coming out as well with Sebastian Stan.
Yeah. See, what I'm thinking is they end up making like a right wing mimetic politician cinematic universe. So we've got the Lauren Boebert movie, like One Night at the Theater, or Night at the Museum, but it's Night at the Theater with Lauren Boebert. There's like a Marjorie Taylor. Oh, Marianne Williamson. How about Marianne Williamson?
Oh, that's actually a good point.
We make like a WandaVision type movie with Marianne Williamson, and then we make some type of crazy aunt movie with
John Fetterman would make a good.
Yes. Okay. So we've got a whole political class that could have hilarious, but the difference is they got to be equally mean to all of them.
I want a Capitol Hill cinematic universe.
I would watch it.
And what I really want is the the entrance sequence to the George Santos movie has to be him combing his hair and primping himself in the mirror in the morning with Taylor Swift's Anti-Hero playing in the background.
It's perfect. It's perfect. He's at the concert and he gets booed out of the arena for
George
being there.
Santos is the anti-hero, and I am rooting for him.
So and then all of these, here's the great thing though, then all of these culminate, because then there's the Donald Trump movie that's coming out, right? And all of these it all bids like, so remember the Marvel timeline? It's got the movies, every date they come out,
phase
right?
one.
Right? No, and then at the very end of phase one, there's a movie just called J6. and that's the final movie in the first timeline, right? In the first thing of Marvel movies.
I'm seeing some comments here. Diva down the rise and fall of George Santos. Another says, this is a potential mother. Someone said Josh Gad could play George Santos.
There you go.
Might have to lose a little bit of weight. Also, Robbie from New Girl would bag the role easily, another says. Someone else said Sarah Paulson should play George Santos.
Perfect. A woman can play this role. You're allowed to.
There will be a lot of people waiting like me.
Yep.
No one asked for this. No one cares. I'm asking for it now. Another person said Evan Peters could play him.
So that means that somewhere in this timeline, Sebastian Stan as Donald Trump is going to interact with George Santos.
Oh, I love it.
It's going to be great.
Jack Black, maybe?
He's a little old.
Yeah.
He's
But
too
younger
old.
Jack Black could have done it. That would have been a good race
I'll have to spend some time thinking about who could play that role. Most of the actors that I can think of just aren't big enough.
The chairman of HBO giving the green light to the Santos movie. I'm going to give the gays everything they want. See, even the left-wing gays on Twitter are obsessed with George Santos because this is real representation, folks.
Jacob Edler says Patton Oswalt as George Santos. I don't know how tall George Santos is, so it's we'll have to
Lisa
see.
Rinna.
It's gonna be great.
Oh, another person is being a party pooper. We shouldn't be glamorizing corruption and a lack of faith in democracy. You're anti-fun.
There's that word again.
No, I won't be hearing a word of it. This is a great idea, and I'm in full support.
So yeah, I mean, if the world is going to be absurd and our politicians are going to be absurd, we might as well make absurd movies talking about that.
And obviously, he's going to capitalize on this.
Yes, it's going to be great. He's going to go on the interview circuit.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.